Hello, resident extremist here. I frankly don't really like to be called an extremist. It's not that it is an inaccurate term. It is more accurate than most labels that some may try to apply to me. It's not even that it's primarily used pejoratively, though that is the central thesis I'm working with here. Rather, it's just not useful. More than just being not useful, despite its accuracy, it is often obfuscatory. I did not pronounce that right, and I'm not pronouncing it correctly. Deal with it. Do I look like an extremist? Honestly, probably. A beard exactly like I like my women, big, bushy, and untamed, wild, messy hair. Trying way too hard to dress up nice, despite the fact that, even in a suit, I'm still wearing pajamas. You just can't see it because of how the camera's positioned. I'm also a guy, of course. That's a pretty significant stereotype. I'm a straight, white, cisgender, stunningly blue-eyed dude. What told you more about my politics? That I'm all of those things? Or that I told you, point blank, that I'm an extremist? Now, which of those ideological playing fields is accurate? Honestly, at times it depends on if you have $40 or not. If you know me, you would know quite well that my beliefs can get very, very esoteric at times. Or if you do know me, but don't actually know that about me, hi, this is your introduction. At the same time, I'm really not so different from most people. I'm a big union supporter, massive fan of labor rights and protections and organized power. Love free speech, love gun rights, love liberty. I believe in a strong system of social and economic support. I believe that love is free and that drugs maybe should be free as well, provided I get a trial taste each time. I'm joking, if you couldn't tell. Though, given the beard, maybe you couldn't. I'm actually perfectly content with orange juice, water, and baked potatoes. Now, it's up to you to figure out if I mean a combination or separately. I also deeply value comedy, and I value art and human expression and beauty. I value our individualness, and I value our potential for community. I think that every death is a tragedy, and that human life has inherent value. I believe in pacifism. I am an extremist. The biggest political difference between me and your average liberal is that I believe that all of this is both possible and preferable in the absence of a state, without the purview of capitalism. I am an anarchist. To me, liberal is a dirty word. Also, it's 8:28 p.m. recording this, so that's awesome. While I don't believe liberals are evil, nor really would I say that of any major political group contemporarily, I do believe that they are overwhelmingly complacent. They are, believe it or not, no better and no worse at identifying societal problems than conservatives. They just differ in how they handle it. And while liberals handle it better, they still allow the root cause to persist. At least a conservative has the guts to admit they don't care about welfare or empathy. Too many people use extremism to denote violence. But violence isn't extremism. Violence is terrifyingly moderate. Have you ever watched a movie? Have you ever read a book? Have you ever looked out at the world and understood that peace requires bloodshed? If Hitler were... Logan, that's very inappropriate right now. I know, you're a very cute dog. I do love you. Come here, come here, come here. Come on, get on camera. Come here, come here, come here. I have to pick you up. Oh! He's a good dog. He has normal anxiety. I don't think he has camera anxiety, though. Maybe he does. Sorry, bud. If Hitler were alive today, would you want him dead? Most people have or would. Most people are moderates. I'm not saying that violence is de facto justified or anything similar. I am more opposed to violent actions than many. Certainly more than anyone I personally know. I don't support systems which exist exclusively because they own violence and you do not. Extremism is a relative term. It is merely in reference to some form of status quo. In the 1700s, a total slave abolitionist was a radical extremist, wanted by law and civil society for attempting to disrupt the very foundation of both. Today, anyone who has even the slightest inkling of support for slavery is extreme. The standards of yesterday are different than that of today, and so too does moderation change and morph into extremism and back. Being an abolitionist is not some violation of human rights or violent. It is the exact opposite. Slavery is antithetical to every good notion of life and liberty. These are not comparable beliefs. These are not comparable extremes. To accept that extremism is some terrible ill, either that needs curing or surgery, is to accept that the status quo is prima facie good and grand and all things holy. That it cannot be questioned or criticized in any way that could ever meaningfully contribute to some new status quo coming about. That the institutions of today are better than that of yesterday, but also that of tomorrow. There is bad extremism. Most evil people are extremists. Society is, for all its faults, beneficial and regulatory. Evil seeks to disrupt the good we have done. Yet, the best people you will ever meet are extremists too, because they seek to change any evil, no matter how commonplace. You may still be trying to decide which of the two you think I am. I don't particularly care. After all, I'm in a suit, and you're probably not. If you are, I don't know, tag me on Substack or something. But to equate everything negative to extremism, or anything positive to moderation, or indeed anything positive to extremism and anything negative to moderation, are all fallacious. We are neither better nor worse for our levels of agreement with everyone else. Our collective structure and culture can be more or less wrong, and we also. Yet we are more right in our agreement only when that agreement is right independently. We are right to disagree only when it is right to do so. There is a lot of talk about the death of discourse. Understandably so. I don't tend to make commentary on current events. I form opinions and I'll share my opinions, but anything fact-based, I wait until the facts are out, and anything popular, I feel cheap just trying to ride the wave. But I will say that discourse has many faces, and many souls, and many ways to die. By labeling our rivals as categorically wrong due to some metaphysical moderate ideal which all should strive for, implicit in demonizing anyone with invocations of extremism, you fail. You don't engage with what they say, why they say it. You don't grapple with different beliefs or question your own. It is a highly concentrated way to affirm your superiority because you're just better than everyone else. Not like me, I'm actually just better than everyone else. But unlike me, you and everyone else are people just trying to figure it out. Why does it bother you so much that we may have gotten something wrong? Why is change difference? Why is evolution a dirty word? What is wrong with calling slavers slavers? Why must we call them no different than abolitionists? Yeah, that was a very, very short video. I kind of just had to do something, and people wanted to see me in a suit, so I had to, I had to get a suit. But I didn't have. I tried to keep my suits. I actually have 3 of them. I try to keep them reserved for like really long special projects, but I didn't actually have any ongoing, and I'm actually about to get my wisdom teeth removed, so I didn't want to sit down for 2 hours and read a script, right? So I kind of just had to get something out there with a suit on. and the only way I could do that was just to make a joke out of it. So here we are, short video. I don't know, subscribe for more. Next week will probably be longer. I don't know. I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed, probably. I don't know.